there really was large people that was breeding with angels, breeding with humans, which made these massive, huge giants. Or there's a higher civilization that had the ability to levitate huge objects, put in place historical parts that would allow us to start. Or there's a higher civilization of higher entities, and yeah, that's how it works.
Oh, okay. So what they were doing is that they were trying to trick the future generations, and they've tricked everybody on Earth bar you.
No, Satan has been busy since day one, since being cast out of heaven.
Who? Oh, Satan done it.
Oh yes, Satan got pissed off. Satan couldn't believe he got kicked out.
So how do I know that fucking Satan hasn't corrupted
all Satan had to do was repent and say, I'm really, really genuinely sorry, and God would have taken him back in 5 minutes. But he said, no, fuck you. So he's pissed off. So now he has to mess up the rest of the world for the rest of us.
Oh, so God's pissed off now.
No. God's not pissed off. Satan is pissed off.
Who's pissed off?
Satan. Satan got pissed off because Satan got kicked out of heaven.
So he's pissed off.
A lot of people.
Actually, by the way, God did not even kick Satan out of heaven. Out of free will, Satan cast himself out of heaven.
Adam and Eve got kicked out of the garden, so he must be pissed off about that.
Well, actually, Adam and Eve. If you really think about this on a deeper level, Adam and Eve were not cast out by God from the garden. They cast themselves out of the garden simply by the concept of something called sin. Once sin had established itself in the world, that sin took over, and they basically walked out of the garden on their own accord. And then God said one day, when you learn the truth.
Oh, right. He says, okay, once you're out, and you're not coming back.
No, I'm sure. No, at that point, God said, once you find the truth, which the truth is going to be a long time from now, because we have to find it. Then you can come back to the garden. So when you find the truth, you can come back to the garden. Is that what he said? Well, right, and that humanity has to find the garden. We're not very close to
the fucking garden then.
Woke up in Georgia.
There is an Eden. It's hidden from us. It's somewhere on this. It's somewhere on this planet, through some kind of door. We're gonna find it someday. You'll see.
What are you talking about someday?
Well, because repentance doesn't happen overnight. It takes time.
What are you talking about, Mike? Can you get a fucking search party together and start fucking searching for the fucking garden? Okay.
You steal the cookies from your parents' cupboard, and your parents keep catching you stealing the cookies. For some reason, the humans never seem to learn to stop stealing the cookies from the cupboard. So they get a slap on the wrist, slap on the wrist, slap on the wrist. Until you stop getting slapped on the wrist, you're not getting back into Garden of Eden. So that's the
we don't know where it is. We don't know where the garden is.
But you're missing the actual point.
I think the Garden of Eden is
if I could chime in, you're missing the point of the story of Adam and Eve.
Oh boy.
It is really nothing more than the evilness of woman. That's
no. You can't blame this on a woman. That's ridiculous.
I blame everything on women.
The evil comes from the serpent, which is obviously Satan cast from heaven, who was turned into a serpent.
No. Listen, God did the serpent thing.
Because if your theory is correct,
he was God's adversary. Okay, so your theory is correct. You're blaming everything on the serpent. God put the serpent there.
If your theory was correct, based on the woman being evil, then that's why we have feminists today, and that means that we deserve to have feminists that hate our guts. So there you go.
So that means, who's the bad person? Adam, Eve, or the serpent, or God?
The serpent.
I think it was the apple tree.
No.
Who told the serpent? Who told the serpent what to do?
The apple tree was called to the test.
Who put the apple tree there?
God put the apple tree there. God says you can have everything.
So it's a fucking setup. So God fucking put the apple tree there. God put the fucking serpent there. So it was a setup from the get-go.
God did not put the serpent there. The serpent, by the way, was an angel called Lucifer, which was in heaven.
It's a good angel.
But
who created the angels? See, you're trying to get out of it now. Who created the angels?
God created the angels. The angels, by the way, the angels are literally...
God created the angels. God put the serpent there.
No. God did not put the serpent there. God transformed Satan into a serpent once Satan has been cast out of heaven.
Hey, okay then. Did God know what the serpent was up to?
Well, of course, but God also respects free will.
Oh, so he let it happen. Oh, okay.
No. Everything
As soon
as you have a free will, it is now your responsibility.
No. They haven't left the garden yet. Oh, so he let it happen.
No. The tree. Every tree is very, very vital because the tree. I mean, God said very clearly, you can have anything in the Garden of Eden, anything. And I bet you in the Garden of Eden, there was no disease, no hunger, no cold, no heat. You didn't even need clothes. You need nothing. Everything was so comfortable. It was beyond comfort. And all God said was, just don't touch this one tree.
Free will after they left the garden.
Why wouldn't you touch the apples?
You just simply don't touch the tree. It's not hard.
Yeah, but why
think
put it
dirt.
Why put it there in the first place? Why don't you create a safe haven? Why don't you just create a safe haven?
Because if the tree had not been put there, then the free will, the concept of free will, the creation of free will would never been able to be established, because then there would be no purpose.
Okay. So in other words, in the garden, Adam and Eve had no free will.
No, they had a free will.
That's you just said the fucking free will wasn't fucking created until they took the fucking apple off the tree.
No, the
Make
tree.
your fucking mind up.
No. The tree was already the tree had to have been there first. Otherwise, the humans could not have had free will while God was creating them. This is not possible.
This is where you're
people to have fucking free will. So why not just keep them out of the garden? Why even fucking bother with the fucking tree?
Is a two-person hangout, or other opinions allowed to be heard? The fault of this whole thing comes down to soil. Dirt is to blame, and rain.
No, there was no rain in Garden of Eden.
Whoa! How did the tree grow?
What do you mean? The tree didn't have to grow. The tree was a self-sustaining magical creation.
How the tree grows? Well, don't worry about the magic tree. How did any fucking tree grow?
It must have been dirt.
That was a magical tree, because that tree contained a lot.
What about the other fucking trees? There was thousands of fucking trees in the garden. You even said so before.
They were all magical. They were all magical. They were probably trees.
They're all magic.
And the fruits, the fruits would grow back immediately. But the truth of knowledge, the truth, this tree in the middle, could not be touched, because it contained all the knowledge of the entire garden, the entire planet, the entire concept of what God created. And God said, let's see if my creation can avoid this one thing that allows them to break free of my creation.
He knew what was going to happen in advance, so why did he bother putting a fucking tree? God is fucking omniscient. He's all powerful. He's got all knowledge. He knew straight away that they were going to.
God values free will, and God wants to see. Do you value the utopia? Do you value the free utopia, or do you want to do it?
If he values free will, right? Why does he send people to fucking hell for when he says, "Well, I created this fucking mess"?
God doesn't send people to hell. You send yourself to hell by saying, I don't want to reach out and hold your hand.
Send yourself to hell? No one can send themselves.
Yes, you can. When you choose not to love God, you are sending yourself into damnation.
No. How do you do? Okay, I don't choose to fucking ride a fucking train. So how do I get on the fucking train if I choose not to get on the train? How does that work?
Because if you don't get on the train, and you're out in the middle of nowhere, you're inevitably going to die anyway. So it's the same concept. If you don't reach out for God's hand and go into the kingdom of heaven and want to love God, therefore you will be stranded, and eventually you will run out of energy and resources, and you will perish. So therefore you go to hell, your own damnation. Same concept.
Oh, in other words, what you're trying to say is God's blackmailing me, and he's forcing me to love him against my free will.
No! That's the ego coming out now. Come on now.
No, that's free will.
No, that's not free will.
Yes, it is. You said to me, God gave us free will. Now you're turning around and says, oh, no, not that sort of free will.
You're confusing blackmail for laziness.
Blackmail. Listen. I can't make my wife love me, okay? I can't make her. You know, I can't make anybody love me, right? I can't make people love me. I go up to my neighbour and I say, listen here, buddy, you better fucking love me or I'm going to get a baseball bat and bash you over the fucking head. It's like you're forcing him to fucking like me.
No, you're not supposed to try to force yourself. You're supposed to want to love your creator. There's a difference.
I don't want to love my fucking neighbour. I don't want to, okay?
Okay, but you're not going to go to hell for not loving your neighbor. But if you bring harm on your neighbor...
Yeah, but I don't... Hey, God's saying, if you don't fucking love me and believe in me, you're going to fucking hell.
No, yes, you will send yourself to your own...
Yes.
Think about it like this.
Right.
This is how the spiritual realm works. Everybody is basically wearing blindfolds.
You know how it works. You've never been there yet.
Because we're all blind as human beings. Yeah, we see the world around us, but that's not really what we're seeing. We're blind.
Well, what do you mean? 1 minute you said fucking God gave us fucking knowledge by eating the fucking apple off the tree. Now you're telling us we're fucking blind. Make your fucking mind up.
You have blinders on. I have blinders on.
This whole goddamn
Hold on a second. So
sound like the far left disagreeing with the far right.
God gave us the fucking knowledge. Right?
What's happening is
we're all fucking blind. So in other words, he shouldn't have let us out of the fucking garden because we're all fucking blind.
No. If you're blind because I had free will, you choose to be blind, you're basically saying, I want to
choose to be fucking blind. It's like saying I don't choose to be a fucking woman because I'm a man.
And in the opposite direction.
I don't choose to be fucking 8 foot tall.
Can you two stop just arguing straight back and forth?
Oh, he's fucking done. Yes, no, all this fucking nonsense.
If you are blind.
He says one thing, and then he says another thing, and then he says, you choose, but you don't choose, and you've got free will, and God wants you to do this, and God wants you to do that, and you've got free will, and he gave you the fucking apple. It's all fucking mishmash, fucking hogwash. You haven't come. You're not teaching me anything. You're making me fucking sick, a matter of fact.
Well, that's your problem. You need to go take some medication. I don't know.
Well, hang on a second. Well, it's not medication from fucking God because he didn't make any fucking medication, did he? He just made fucking chaos.
No, God made everything perfect until man said, nah, I want to mess with the variable. I wasn't pleased with it.
If man was fucking perfect...
Look how foolish man...
I got a bad back. I got a limp in fucking one leg. I got fucking blind in one eye. My hearing's fucking not good. We're not fucking perfect. I can fucking tell you that straight off the bat.
Well, when humans first came into existence, they were perfect. But then humans became sinful.
Listen here, dickhead. If we were perfect, they're bluffed in by a fucking talking snake. Tell me that.
The generations, as you can tell, I'm sure you know from...
No. Don't worry about generations. You said to me, Adam and Eve were perfect. Okay? If they were fucking perfect, how come
constant
with a fucking talking
battle about something that neither of you will ever agree on is getting old?
Because he's got this fucking convoluted fucking story which doesn't make no fucking sense. Makes no sense whatsoever. And he wants me to believe in this fucking nonsense. He knows fuck all about fuck all. Right? He's just talking. He's just babbling on. That's all he's doing. He lives in I think he's on meth.
It's possible. Maybe that's his God. But why don't we move on to that new movie? Have you guys seen that new movie?
No, we're not interested in fucking new movies or even old movies. Okay.
How about not new, not old, but semi-old?
I'm not even interested in the movie they haven't made yet. I'm not even interested in that one either.
Oh, you're a hostile person, Bulldog.
Hollywood wrecker. But you guys are arguing about something you're clearly both never going to agree about, and it makes no sense, guys.
I thought I was going to listen. I thought I was going to educate him because he didn't know where iron came from, and then when I told him where he came from, it blew his fucking mind, and then he blew his fucking bolt, and then it all went downhill from it. Then on after, that's what happened, and then he started saying, "Oh, science is no good," and blah blah blah. And then I said to him, I says, well, how do we get to fucking computers? And he says, oh, it's like a fucking Lego set. You know, you just get the pieces and put it together. No science required.
Yeah, he said.
So, Mike, if you need a fucking new computer, you know what I suggest you do? Go and get some bits and pieces and put it together. Put your own fucking computer together. Don't rely on the computer fucking people to do it for you because, you know, they're dummies, right? Make your own computer. And put it and make your own fucking silicon chips. Make your own resistors.
Hello, sugar.
Right? Make your own hard drive. Make it all yourself because no science is required. Okay, Mike. And you know, here's another thing, Mike. Hey, Mike, I'll tell you another thing too. Make your own fucking beer. All right? It'll save you a ton of fucking money if you make your own beer.
You're not going to change it. You can yell at the sun all day long. It's still going to be the sun.
Oh, don't talk about the fucking sun. We had a fucking hour-long discussion about that. He reckons it's fucking like molecules or whatever he was fucking going on about. And how come we can't go to the sun and step on it and walk around? And I went, oh, for fuck's sake.
All I know is without the sun and the dirt and the water, there would be no apple tree to be his dinner.
and Mike, don't talk about fucking solar eclipses. Like, don't even go there. All right, trust me.
I thought Sydney was sharing that eclipse thing. Wasn't it?
Don't talk about all the information we've got on the flat Earth, what we don't have. Don't do that.
Bulldog, slow down, dude. Your train is derailed.
I'm speeding things up, right?
Bulldog, I've always liked you as a guy to hang out with.
I'm here for a fucking good time, not a long time, okay? That's why I can't slow things down. I've got to speed things up. I've got to do as many things possible while I've got, you know, my short time left on Earth, okay?
Jesus.
We're all just a flash.
Even Rhodes will tell you about that.
I don't know anything. Rhodesy's dead.
Really?
Yeah.
Dead. What, dead tired? Dead tired?
Sorry?
Dead tired?
No, she's just dead. Doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, right, has your soul gone to heaven?
And there's no heaven, honey. Don't be ridiculous.
Yeah, but there must be. If there's no heaven, that means that you must have a soul, right? Because we talked about that.
I can have a soul, and there can be no heaven. It doesn't have to be. The two are not mutually exclusive.
Right.
I have 4 souls because I got 2 pairs of shoes.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, lots of souls.
Funny souls.
My wife has a lot more souls than I do because she has a lot more shoes.
That's funny. I was in Seoul about 6 weeks ago. So,
yeah.
Ta-da.
You're having a nip and tuck.
No.
But don't you believe that people should be able to believe different things and not necessarily agree, but not get in a huge fight over it like the Palestinians and the Jews for thousands of years?
Well, I got to tell you, I don't know as much as I should about the Palestinians and the Israelis. I'd like it if people could get along. I can't really comment on theirs. But I think
I totally agree with you on that point. But there's one thing I do know: they don't like each other.
Listen here, Rhodesy.
Yeah.
You've had 4 goes at it. You should know people can't get along, okay?
Because we've been taught not to get along.
I guess.
The more we fight with each other, the less we see what, government's doing and stuff like that. So, and then, if we're distracted, then
that's true.
all
It's
kinds
called
of things
the smoke screen. It's called the smoke
exactly.
screen, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I think that's pretty evident. I don't think you have to.
We got one in the room then, Rhodesy.
What?
Hoo-ha, he is fucking a conspiracy theorist. He's a flat earther.
Who is?
Nah.
Not available.
You want to talk English there, Bulldog? The Queen's English, please.
See the person in the room, Nah, N-A?
Nope. I see Mike and his wife, and I see a book being highlighted. And
That's Nah.
oh, all right.
Nah.
All right.
No,
Fuck me. Oh,
his name's not Nana. His name is not available.
Not Apple.
Not applicable.
Okay.
You can decide. But I think that everybody should be allowed opinions. And how would anything ever be invented, discovered, without differences of opinion? I think
I'll
those
agree. And I don't think it's the opinions, Mike.
We haven't discovered the fucking Garden of Eden yet.
Bulldog. Hold on, sweetheart. I don't think it's the opinions, Mike, because I think you're right that everybody should have their own opinions, and we should be able to talk about stuff. Because, I mean, who do you know that's ever been changed for the positive by being berated and yelled at? And I mean, do you know anybody?
Yes,
I don't.
wife and children.
I didn't do it.
Yeah, right. It was. I mean, you can get people to be compliant, but you'll never get true respect or true change in the mind, right? And you know. So I don't know. I mean, I think some conversations I think need to be had carefully. Like this is new for all of us, right? As humans, we have the internet, and we have people that are listening to us that we don't know who they are. We can never follow up with them.
I don't give a fuck.
Huh?
I don't care who listens.
I know you don't, but not everybody understands a conversation the exact same way. Right, and we have children. And we have children listening.
And
a lot of unattended children. Look, if anybody wants to know what it's like, how to be an asshole, they can come watch you, right? But if you want to learn about something else,
listen here. I've been fucking laughed at, chaffed at, and shat upon. Okay, so don't come in here and say, "No, no, don't come and listen to me."
Sing your sad song to somebody else. You know what I've been through. Fuck that. You know.
You told me about fucking 2,569 fucking times that you've been married 4 fucking times, so I don't want to hear it again.
Yeah, whatever.
You know?
I don't like I got a bad feeling.
I don't like that fucking big old story about, oh, poor little me, all right?
Oh, there's no poor little me. Every time I take a hit, I get stronger and stronger.
No one's been through what I've been fucking through. It's almost like, well, whoa, hang on a second. It sounds like you've been through World War I, World War II.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've reached the gaslighting portion of our evening tonight, and Bulldog will be turning everything into a pejorative.
You know?
Same old shit. Why I'm here, I don't know. What?
So don't give me this poor little fucking me. We've got fucking ha-ha, nah-ha in here. Why don't you have a fucking chat to him and see if you can make sense of his fucking nonsense?
Well, he hasn't engaged me in conversation, and I wasn't listening to you guys, so I don't know what you were talking about.
They're talking
I'll tell you where.
Bibble babble. Bibble babble is a thing where people disagree, and they're never going to agree, and they continue
Bibble
to
babble.
fight.
Well, now is the goal of every conversation to agree, or is it sometimes just an exchange of information? Then people need to think about it.
I exchange my information. Right, here's how it works. You ask me a question, I give you information, I tell you how it works, and you should go away with extra knowledge. But then if you disagree with my fucking knowledge, then you're being a slow learner, right? I go into technical, and I go into fucking Google, and I like, you ask me a question, I give you information, I tell you how it yourself, and they go, oh, no, I already know already. And it's like, well, if you know already, how come you don't know? And that's when the conversation goes to shit.
Bulldog, I think I need to get some ice cream. I don't think I can deal with you without ice cream.
Fucking genius. Bulldog needs a fucking bone. I'm
sorry, what did you say?
He had his first, God gave him.
Just keep talking. I'm listening. I'm going to get ice cream.
I had a chance to suck cock, and all of a sudden, God wouldn't let my fucking car start, and I missed out on a good fucking cock sucking session. Fuck me. Of course, the fucking conversation's going to go downhill after that.
No. Nothing goes downhill. Life is an uphill battle.
Well, that's why I said to him, I know it doesn't go downhill. That's why I says rebook, and next time fucking start the car before you book the fucking cocksucking thing. And he refuses to fucking start the car and then go and book, I've got a cocksucking session to go to, but no, he won't fucking, he doesn't want to test God out again. Shit.
I don't understand why you are so hell-bent. If the man chooses to believe in some God, then I believe it's his right to do so.
Oh, yeah, and it's my fucking right to fucking tell people that they're wrong.
Well, you can have that opinion, but I don't think you can tell people.
Exactly, and that's why I'm exercising my opinion.
Well, you have the right to express it, but to tell it is pompous.
Oh, absolutely. That's what I'm here for. That's what the internet's for, to fucking educate people.
So I just popped over to say hello to Sydney and Bulldog and Rhodes and so yeah, I want you to try to capture my 32 account because I don't want to use my
We can hear the hangout in the back there.
Sorry?
I can hear the hangout in the back.
Oh.
The childish thought.
No, there's only one hangout open. Oh, hang on a second.
No, Goran's hangout I can hear.
Oh, he's not in here.
No, I know, but you're playing his hangout in a window or something back there.
Oh, no, I just knocked it out.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Yeah. So, I would just like to connect with, like I said, 32. I mean, I really get tired of seeing Chad's avatar and freaking, Grand Lysurge, they're all having a little bit of a meltdown, and I just wanted to apologize for the behaviors.
Had a meltdown yesterday. He's having another one today.
Well, he's actually offline right now. He just freaking disappeared, shortly after you commented, and I kept trying to add you to the hangouts, and Grant said I could, and so I kept trying to add you, but no, I couldn't even find you. And then Thomas popped over, and I mentioned to Thomas, try to add you, and
Thomas is here.
Is he?
He was.
Or maybe it's another
Thomas. He must have left and gone to you.
Oh. Well, I'm here anyways. Yeah, so if you still have my 32, I would just like to keep the two separate. So, one basically has to, stay married to Lysurge and, kiss a bit of ass, and frickin' hopefully 32 could just be a Vancouverite and a frickin' normal person,
All right, then.
But, because I connected with you, and it's been bugging me half the day too.
Hold up, back the bus up here. Who says that Vancouver are normal people?
We in Vancouver say we're normal people.
Well, of course you do. You lie to each other all the time. But
hey, I've been to Halifax, so I know both places.
The normalness. See, I'm an East Coaster, right? And we think we're normal too, but we also have newfies, which will insist they're normal. Right? So aren't we all normal in our own way? Huh?
Well, yeah, I don't think no one popped in and said we weren't normal.
There's no such thing.
I was just, normal is what that current society or population or that area defines as normal. So,
right.
If you,
that's why I voted for Donald Trump. He's normal.
Oh.
Right. But you're a Canadian, so most likely you didn't vote. But anyways, I'm just here to try to...
I am both.
I just want to make sure you have my email.
From the United States, but I'm also from Canada. I just choose to stay on this side of the border. But I do agree that Hillary Clinton would have made a terrible leader.
We agree.
I'll agree with you on that one.
And
Make no mistake.
So-
I'm not a feminist, so.
Sydney, can I just confirm you have my email, buddy?
That
Yeah.
would have been an absolute nightmare.
How do I do that? How do I know what your email is? Well, send it to me in a message in the outside chat in a direct message.
Well, it was good talking to you guys, but I have to go solve the problems of the Earth.
Thank you very much. I hope I wake up to some good news.
Yeah.
Good night.
Don't
Good luck with that.
When there's
Fine work.
up and
Don't get too close to the edge.
Okay, Mike.
Yeah.
Okay, Mike.
Good night to the Owen family.
Don't go anywhere near the fucking no-fly zone.
take care,
Yeah,
my
and
friend.
See you guys
Don't-
later.
Bye.
Don't go anywhere near the stairs. Yeah, don't go anywhere near the stairs either. I mean, oh my God.
Oh, man.
I'll be right back again. I'll be AFQ for a second.
Yeah, Sydney. Yeah, see you, Rosie. Sydney, I'll just go to your main YouTube channel and send you a message. Okay, buddy?
Sure, that's great. That works for me.
Okay. Okay, take care, guys.
All
I
right.
actually have to. I got to sack out another hour and a half, and I'm back at work. But I just want to stay connected, so I'll go to your channel right now and drop my email, Sydney.
Sounds good.
And Bulldog, hope we chat again. And Rosie, your hard cookie. Appreciate listening to you. Okay,
Oh, thank you, honey. I appreciate that.
we'll touch base. And I'm getting in touch with Sydney so I don't lose this group of regular
Yeah.
people.
Right.
Definitely circle me. I mean, if you find me, just circle
Okay.
me.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll be with Sid.
circle.
So if you have any inquiries,
Or even
Contact
reach
Sid.
around wouldn't go
Okay,
astray.
thanks.
All
Reach
right.
around or circle jerk, whatever.
Bulldog?
no,
could
it's
you
all
be-
good, Bulldog.
He could be
It's
polite.
just a complex.
I agree.
Yeah, some of my
He needs
streamers
to-
are stand-up, man.
Nothing like a good old reach.
You know, some of my
I
streamers
say.
are,
Yeah.
We need
Yeah,
to
some of my
turn Volvo
streamers-
into a poodle just for a few moments.
Okay,
well,
so
anyways, long story short.
yeah, all right, okay, 32. Thanks for coming
Okay.
in. Send me the link. Send me the email, and make sure that you get the you're on the invite list.
Okay, thanks, man.
Cool.
All right, man.
I'll do.
See you again.
Yeah, thanks, Rose. And Bulldog, see you.
Good night.
Yeah.
What a nice guy.
Yeah, I know I am.
Who was that guy?
I wasn't talking about you.
Yeah, Bulldog. We weren't talking about you.
That was 32.
Shut up.
Well, yeah, Bulldog and I have been friends for a long time, so I mean, he doesn't ever offend me.
That's good. He, deep down inside, he's really just a poodle.
Yeah.
He wishes he was a poodle. He wishes poodles wouldn't have anything to do with him.
I bet you if I met him in real life, he'd give me
If I was
a
a
nice...
fucking noodle, you'd probably fucking wrap me up and use me as a fucking med.
No, I'd come over
No,
and
he's.
I'd give you a nice big hug and a big kiss on the cheek.
Oh my goodness, you are a saint.
I can't hate people. It's impossible.
I have to delouse myself even after talking to him, but it's
Like,
still worth it.
Talk to fucking Naha fucking here about the fucking earth or whatever, okay? And see how far you go. Come on.
Well, you know, first of all, like I said, he hasn't engaged me in that conversation, and I didn't listen to it, so I don't know what you guys were talking about.
Well, just give it a go. Give it your best shot and see how far you get. I gave it
My
a
best
good
shot with
hour,
what?
maybe an hour and a half, right? See how far you go.
My best shot with what?
Yeah.
Any fucking topic, whether it's fucking God or fucking
Hold on.
the apple or
Hold on. I gotta make something clear though. Bulldog.
the sun
Bulldog.
or
A young lady has nothing to prove. She doesn't have to prove anything to me. I don't have to prove nothing to her. If we're gonna have a dialect about anything,
you're scared.
it will just
You're
organically.
fucking scared. You're scared.
No, it'll organically occur when it's ready to occur. We're not supposed to
fucking tear strips off you.
Bulldog, please. Is your tail still on? Plug your tail back in, please.
She will fucking will fucking rape your fucking brain until you start fucking crying.
You know, if I hear another talk, if I hear that you talk like that again, taking that chew toy away.
Exactly.
Rhodes,
And I
give
put
it
the
your
cone
best
back on
shot.
your neck.
We're gonna put you on a special diet and give you vitamins.
Oh, here we go. Yeah. So says the fucking person who says the Earth is fucking flat. I think you need to be put on a fucking special fucking diet.
Oh, is
I
that
am
what
on
the
a
conversation was about?
I'm on a diet. I'm in the best
Oh,
health
yeah.
of my life.
Yeah, talk to him about the flat Earth, Rhodesy. There you go. That's a good topic.
Whatever Rebel wants to talk about, we can talk about.
Go.
I'm
Okay,
I'm open to talk. I'm open to talking about whatever. If
Okay,
you
so
want to
Rebel,
talk about this,
let's talk about Rebel.
Yes,
Let's talk
yes,
about feminism. How do you feel about feminism?
I'm not a feminist. I think it's toxic and it needs to be destroyed.
What's your definition of feminism?
Feminism, as it's defined today, or its original meaning, like the suffragettes, what they were.
It's pure, holistic, well-balanced definition that should represent society in a rational manner.
Okay, well, first of all, I don't think there's any need for feminism because we are women, so we're feminine to begin with. Originally, women that wanted equality, they wanted, to do the same things that men did. I mean, during the 1880s, if a woman and a man got divorced, which was rare, the men got the children. They wanted the right to vote. They wanted the right to own land. They wanted the right to have their own children in the event that, or to have their children in the event of a divorce. I mean, the needs were pretty simple. And then when the 60s came around, Camille Paglia and her, people, they were just entering college around 64. At the time, there was a thing called locus parentis or something like that. And it basically gave the colleges, the universities, the right to be like parents. And the men had the ability to come and go from their dorms as they wanted, yet the women did not. And the women were like, hey, we want that same right. And they said, no, you don't know what's good for you. There's bad people out there. You could be raped. And they said, look, we want equality. We want to risk it. We
Yes.
want to risk rape is basically what they said.
Right.
And they back in the suffragette time, they respected men. They wanted to be with men. They wanted to hang out with men. They loved what men did. They didn't hate them. This whole man hater thing is a new construct. But I think it's destroyed the family unit. Now, I don't think it's a gender thing. Here's the thing. I was just talking about this today. I was thinking, I wonder what came first. Was it the shitty wife that made the man, be a dick, or was it the shitty husband that made the woman just be an idiot? And then I just sat back and said that it's neither. It's just bad character on either side.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just bad character. Yep. So that's how I feel about it. I mean, you don't have to tell a female lion to be a badass and to be nurturing at the same time. She knows her job and when to do it. Unfortunately, we have this thing where nobody wants to be connected to their primal side or their animal side, regardless of where we come from, whether it was a divine creation or whether it was evolution and just whatever. It doesn't matter. We just seem to have these certain traits, and we keep denying them. And the more we keep denying them, the more we all are going sideways. And it's starting to get a little, disconcerting because people aren't able to distinguish reality anymore. And I was thinking about another thing today. With reality being what it is, we went from the movies on the big screen, and we knew where the line of fantasy was, right? We knew that when we went to the movie theater, we were going to see a production that somebody had made for us, and that no matter how scary it was or how exciting it wasn't real. And then, of course, then we've got television, and then we've got, a whole nother medium or another way to be entertained. And then, of course, we get reality TV. Now the lines are a little more blurred. And children that are coming up that don't have the perspective of what it was like before that time. I mean, I know I've been around with TV my whole life. you know, and then now we've got the internet, and so now now all that fantasy is in your home because we've got the TV, and now we've got the internet. And you could stream everything in, and we've got reality TV and spy cams and everything else. And when you get onto the internet, they say it's they talk about the IRL in real life, when in fact this is real life right here. Mm-hmm. Regardless of whether you are showing your face or whether it's an avatar, what you're doing, in whatever way you're doing it, whether it be honestly or dishonestly on the internet, is real. And not everybody buys off on this is not real life. And we have, I feel, a social responsibility to put out good information or make it very clear that something is a joke or make it very clear that something is satire. Because there are children that are on the internet all day long and they're not being watched. And they see the most incredible things, and they don't know how to distinguish reality.
That's because
or bad advice.
That's because before television came out, we already had a structural problem when it came to class warfare. And when you have different classes with different subsects of different types of people that have very different beliefs and being raised differently and different standards for what is right and what is wrong. And then all of a sudden you have this thing called television that now exposes everybody's lives right in front of your face. If you are raised in a family where you don't have any guidance whatsoever and all you get all the knowledge from the television, and you get the complete opposite spectrum of what is actually not right, but it's actually wrong, because that family, that type of people is not held accountable in their community, and it's now being exposed in a community that's different from them, that's more civilized. Then what you're doing is you're actually diluting the entire system altogether.
I would agree with you in a certain way. I had that same experience. I hated watching the Brady Bunch and anything that had a happy family, because my life was a living hell at home, and I didn't see the severe dysfunction and abuse on television that I had in my own home. It was very difficult to reconcile the two worlds.
And see, I had the same problem. See, I was raised and I was adopted. So being adopted, I never felt like I truly understood what a family dynamic meant. So when I even saw shows like that, it confused me because I couldn't believe that I had been deceived, that I wasn't given the same opportunity that a genetic family had. And so,
well, see, your adoptive family wasn't it wasn't a cohesive home.
I never knew them, so I imagine
the one you're adoptive, the ones that adopted you.
It was cohesive, but you have to also take into play that genetics play a lot in how a family is raised. I mean, you have to understand.
My first husband was adopted, and so was his sister. And I didn't meet my father till I was 18 years old. I didn't even know him. So I mean, I'm kind of familiar with your world. I mean, I've been friends with my ex-husband now for 33 years, and he finally met his birth mother and all kinds of stuff, and I finally met my dad. So there's a lot about your world I understand, and I think that I'm kind of familiar with your world. People who adopted you. I mean, I've been really failed you because ex-husband now for 33 years. And blood. He finally met his birth mother and all kinds of stuff. My blood finally met my dad. Completely. So there's a lot about your world I could never imagine.